Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's running of the Auto Club 100 right here on 10-4 Broadcasting. We want to welcome everyone here tonight. This is the NASRA Xfinity Series, week number 2. Last week, we took to the banks of Daytona. Tonight, we're at the Auto Club in California. And alongside me tonight, Will Tellier. Welcome, Will.
Yes, sir. Feeling that California love tonight as we're hitting Auto Club. I cannot wait to see what these boys have in store for this track here. Racing in these Xfinity cars, Tim. It was one heck of a race last week. We thought Scruggs was going to come out with that victory, but unfortunately, he just didn't have enough to pull through as it was a surprise winner last night as Clayton Davis was able to put that race car, that number one car, in the first position, leading 15 laps to do so. Didn't run the fastest lap on the course, but hey, it doesn't matter as long as you lead the last one, Tim.
Hey, listen, in the words of Justin Haley, he only led like one lap at Daytona and won that baby. So, you know, tonight, our winner from Daytona currently on the pole uh, with Kyle Hess right behind him, Justin Michael, and got a star studded field again tonight as we see who else is on the track at the moment.
Yeah, Tim, as we're taking a look at qualifying here for you, this guy's going to run that hot lap to try to start off in the first position. What are some of the things that the folks at home that are tuning in here live on 10-4 Broadcasting or listening along with us audio only, some of the things that they should be looking out for here at Auto Club? I know it's not everybody's favorite track. It's kind of like a track that's forgotten there on the circuit, but
Mm-hmm.
what's this track similar to, and how are we going to see those boys take those corners here tonight?
Well, similar. Man, I don't know what kind of track I would want to attribute it to because to me it's I used to, as you would say, I was not a fan of this track, but in recent years I've become a fan, and of course now NASCAR is demolishing it and it's going to be no more. Um, so that is unfortunate, but what you're going to see here tonight is this track is wide. You're going to see 4, 5 wide comfortably going through the corners. And these guys are going to be able to hold those different lines and come down the backstretch, single file, and then like every turn, you're just going to see them fan out. It's just going to be like they open the floodgates and they just kind of all go their own direction just to come right back together on the front stretch and the back stretch. So a lot of speed tonight. I think we'll see a lot of long green flag runs here because there is so much room here at the Auto Club.
Yeah, so much room indeed on those corners here tonight, folks. And as we're still watching qualifying, wrapping up here, do you want to break the race down for everybody at home? We're going to run one stage of 20 laps, another stage of 40 laps, and then I believe that puts us at a 60 lap mark right there, Tim. So it's going to give us
Yeah.
another 40 to close things out. These boys are only going to get 4 sets of tires on these race cars here tonight with 100% fuel capacity. And the one thing that makes this league very different from the rest of the leagues that we call here at 10-4 Broadcasting is that these drivers get zero fast repairs. So any kind
Hmm.
of damage, any kind of incident that you may get in, you got to watch out, Tim, because it's not like you can hit that button and get that thing right back out there.
Yeah, and that we saw it last week at Daytona. We didn't have too many cautions because everybody was very well aware that not gonna be able to get this thing repaired fast enough to get back out there. So we saw some great racing at Daytona, and I expect to see the same here tonight at Chicago or Auto Club. Jeez, that was about to take us. In my mind, I almost said Atlanta, but then I said Chicagoland out loud. Made no sense.
Well, it was a long trip for those drivers to go from Daytona to California. I'll tell you what, Tim, you're going to go from the East Coast, the most southern eastern part of the United States, all the way to the most western part of the United States. But still taking a look at qualifying here, it looks like Michael's up there with a 41.6 right now. Looks like he laid down a pretty fast lap there, Tim, because the next driver right there is Newbert right there with 17 tenths of a second right there. So as far as qualifying speeds go, that's quite a margin there for that top speed.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting to watch how that plays out because after you look past Michael, everyone else is pretty close together. So he really laid down a good lap, but I think his car number is 087. I was about to make a joke. I thought it was 007 because my screen wasn't looking right. Oh, and the 48's in the wall during his second qualifying lap. That is not. That is definitely not how he wanted to end his qualifying efforts. We'll go back
No,
and take a
definitely
look at
not.
that
It
really
doesn't.
quick.
Yeah, gonna get that replay revved up for you folks here on 10-4 broadcasting to see what happened. This is qualifying now, folks. So driver's still trying to figure out the track here at Auto Club. Taking a look at that machine right here. Just goes a little bit too high on that corner, Tim. Realized he had too much speed. You see the back end kind of slide out from underneath him there. He's still trying to slow that down
Oof.
that race car, realizing, uh-oh, I'm going sideways at this point. And now he's just Tokyo drifting right into that topside wall.
Man, yeah, that thing really broke loose in the center of the corner. Not what he wanted. He's put his car back on pit road. He can run another lap, but the issue is he will not get up to the fastest speed that he needs to lay down a good lap. So right now we're currently looking at Dustin Scruggs out on the racing surface, up to second on his first lap.
Yeah, Dustin Scruggs was definitely the guy to watch at Daytona last week, looking fresh to death in the all-white with the golden rims here tonight. But last week, Tim, he led 28 laps at Daytona, just finished 1/100th of a second off of running for the pole there as well at Daytona, but just wasn't able to cross the finish line first. Actually finished outside of the podium with a fourth place finish last week at Daytona. So he's definitely coming into this week with a little bit more momentum, a little bit more confidence, and knowing that he has the car to win there in that Toyota Supra. But if he can just get that thing across victory lane, that's exactly what he wants to do.
I'm going to see if we can't catch up with last week's winner, Clayton Davis, here before we get started. Uh-oh. It doesn't allow me to move anybody. Uh-oh, I guess I should have tried that before right now.
Oh, good. As we're taking a look at qualifying there, Tim, the 11 actually made the closest effort of knocking off Michael there at the top. Looks like the 11 is going to go around one more time here. So if he has that speed coming off of 4 right now towards that start-finish line here, we might have a new pole setter depending on how he crosses the start-finish line. Take a look there at that grid, and it looks like he's going to go ahead and cut that race car off, knowing that he
Looks like
doesn't
his
have
second
the
lap,
speed.
his first lap he ran a 41.76, second lap was a 41.82.
Just not enough to start there, but he's going to start on the front row there, Tim. So keep an eye on the 11. As I mentioned, he ran really good at Daytona last week, leading the most laps there. Finished just outside of the pole, just like here tonight. So watch that 11 machine waste no time to get to the lead. But Tim, as we just mentioned, it doesn't matter how many laps you lead as long as you just lead that last one.
Yeah, it really does. And, I had done a Darlington race yesterday and in the truck series, and uh, the guy that ended up winning the race he led half a lap. I mean, it just really depends on where you are at the end of these things. Like what do they call it? Kevin Harvick, the closer. You just got to be close enough to lurk and then attack when you need to.
Yes, indeed. Well, Tim, I'm going to step away for just a second. I'm going to speak with race control about that radio issue, and I'll be right back.
Sounds great. As we get ready here at the Auto Club, 15 drivers are going to take the green flag. See if we can't go down to pit lane. Take a look at these guys. Doesn't look like they are gridding just yet. Oh, a couple guys are. So starting off, looks like we have Justin Michael in that 087. Starting on the pole, Dustin Scruggs in second, Adam Newbert in third, Justin Lumpkin in fourth, Kyle Hess in fifth, Clayton Davis, your Daytona winner, in sixth, Rhett Tucker in seventh, Robert Richards in eighth, Raul Meza in ninth, James Morris in 10th, Keith Hanley in 11th, Brady LaBeouf in 12th, Nathan Smith in 13th, Brian Abbott in 14th, and in 15th, James Haney. Going to be 100 laps here tonight. What's everybody in the chat? Who's your pick for tonight's winner? I haven't decided who I'm going to go with just yet. There's a lot of good options here. I know last week I talked about Rhett Tucker at Daytona making some awesome moves there, trying to win that one at the end. Ended up not being able to pull it off, but let's take a look at where is...
And Tim, I am back here with you in the booth. I was going to ask you there, as we're waiting for that radio issue to get solved by race control, as I just heard you talk about Rhett Tucker, your driver to pick last week, what are some of the names to keep an eye out for here tonight in this race at Auto Club?
Well, it's funny that you say that, because I was just talking about that. You know, Justin Scruggs is always one I'm going to be looking at. Justin Lumpkin. And I'm even looking at Clayton Davis for this week. You know, coming off a strong run there at Daytona. Why not?
And taking a look at that grid, looks like Newbert was able to knock off Scruggs there for that second position. But they're just switching around right now on that grid, so don't mind me there, folks. We still have Scruggs starting off second, Newbert right there as well. We got Heston at 86 and Lumpkin, as you just mentioned there, in the 5th position. So one heck of a race here tonight, Tim. We got about 13, 14 drivers that are going to take this course here tonight at Auto Club. Going to race it out for the second week of the season here in the North American Sim Racing Association. And man, I cannot wait for this thing to get going here. It was one heck of a race last week. We got 100 laps here tonight, folks. So stay glued to this. Put your earphones in if you're listening to the audio-only version of this race, because this thing's about to go quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Yeah, look how beautiful these cars look under the sun in Southern California. Pace car's going to dive off here, coming out of turn 4. And these guys are going to be putting the pedal to the metal here at the start of this one.
Here we go.
Waiting the green flag.
West Coast vibes are in the air, Tim, as that green flag is in the air as well. This thing is on and popping here at Auto Club.
Michael gets a great start there on that inside lane. Scruggs falls back to 3rd, with Adam heading into 2nd place on that inside lane. And as you see there, just behind them, there's that fan out effect that I told you about, where drivers are choosing those different lines. And that's where you may see a couple of wrecks, is when those guys come back together side by side, as Scruggs goes back into 2nd place on the outside lane, trying to get around Adam, who overtook him there on the start. But Scruggs looking strong on that outside lane.
Ooh, brushes that outside wall just a little bit there as they're going to cross the start-finish line here. On lap 2, still Michael leading the way. Scruggs on that outside as they dig down into 1. Newbert right on the inside of him as well. Lumpkin is looking for a move right in the middle of those 3. We thought there was going to be a pass right there on 1. Heading around 2 right now. Scruggs is right on the back. Michael's going to go to the inside. Big move out of Scruggs.
Man, Scruggs was sideways coming off of that corner, trying to get around Adam, coming down into turn 3. I think Scruggs is trying to change his line a little bit, trying to get to that inside, get the draft off of that number 087. And now Newbert chops that back down to the inside, trying to get a good pass on Scruggs. He has help, though, with Lumpkin. Lumpkin's going to get around him as well, too.
Yeah, but that was he felt that draft behind him. He kind of got a little wobbly there, Newbert did, as they head around 2 to that backstretch right there. You got Michael, Newbert, got Lumpkin, and Scruggs, 1, 2, 3, 4. They're separating from 5th place right now. They're side by side for 3rd position right now. They're battling out, but it looks like Lumpkin's going to follow right behind Scruggs right there. But it looks like, Tim, that preferred line right now to start things out here on lap 3 is the inside lane to start things off. Looks like Scruggs going to try to make another move on Newbert as we're going to cross the line here on lap 4.
And to the inside, Scruggs go. Everybody's staying pretty close with the leaders, though. I mean, the farthest driver back, I believe, is Rhett Tucker at 2 seconds. And I would tell you this right now. Rhett, the 47's in the wall coming through turns 1 and 2. Rhett is the kind of driver that likes to hang out, be patient, take his time. he knows when he can make those moves. We saw that last week at Daytona, where he was putting it 3 wide and getting around these guys, no issues. As you see now, he's starting to make his way through the field. And sometimes I wonder if he does this to see how the car handles in dirty air and how fast he can get through these drivers.
Yeah, he's slicing and dicing them up there in that 99 machine, but looks like Scruggs was going to make a move for the lead right at the top of that field. Looks like he did make a move right there, still racing Newbert for that second position, but it looks like Scruggs is going to keep trying to go to the inside to make a move, but every time he does, Michael just slips that back bumper right in front of him just as he's going to make that move. As you're talking about, a little bit more separation from these guys. 1, 2, 3 right there as we head down into 3, around 4 right now. I think we got a 3 wide battle right behind the leaders there, Tim.
Yeah, that's going to be between Kyle Hess, Keith Haney, and looks like Robert Richards in that number 48. I was looking at his position, not the. And our biggest mover just behind Robert of Brian Abbott in that number 82, up 6 spots since the drop of the green flag.
Yeah, you want to waste no time in getting up to the front here in these races. We're going to cross that start-finish line here on lap 6. No change yet in the lead yet, ladies and gentlemen, but Scruggs doing all he can in that 11 machine to work his way up to the front. Wasted no time last week at Daytona, leading the most laps at that racetrack, but finished just outside the podium in 4th place. Coming in, wanting to get the job done here tonight at Auto Club.
And a quick update on the points. I know I was looking for them earlier, but I have found them. So your current points leader is Dustin Scruggs because he got points he got 16 total bonus points after Daytona. So those stages count so much. But he only has a 1-point lead over Ted Wade, who is not here tonight. Clayton Davis is 5th in points. He only had 2 bonus points, but he did win the race. So this just tells you, this goes to show you that, you want to be out here competing for these stage points just as much as you want to compete for that overall win.
Exactly, Tim, and as we're going to head around corners 3 and 4 right now, still Michael, your race leader, Dustin Scruggs right behind him as well.
Ooh, Michael gets hot.
Those folks that are tuning in late here, this race is going to be broke down into 2 segments. You got stage 1 of 20 laps. We're just about halfway there right now. Stage 2 is going to be another 40 laps right there, and it's going to be about a 40-lap shootout to the end right there, Tim, with a 100-lap total. These drivers are racing with 4 sets of tires on these race cars here tonight with 100% fuel capacity and 0, you heard that right, 0 fast repairs for these drivers here tonight. So you got to watch the moves you make because any kind of damage can ruin your night in an instant.
And just a quick correction. So I think lap 20 is the first stage break, and then lap 40 is the next stage break. So we'll have a 60-lap shootout to the end.
Right.
So that's gonna be our longest stretch because these guys are gonna go 20 and then another 20, and those 20 are gonna go by fast. But when you got to do 60 straight laps at a track like the Auto Club, as a driver, mentally, you have to make sure you stay focused. Because I don't know about you, Will, but I've been on the highway, and if it's a long period of time, I start to zone out. And not be focused on the task at hand.
Yeah, especially here at Auto Club, there's going to be a few smoke clouds coming from the stands, if you will, here as we're out in California. So these drivers definitely have to stay focused on the track. They can't be inhaling any of those fumes coming from the stands as we're out in the California Love City here. Right now, it's still Michael leading the way with Scruggs right behind him, but it looks like Michael's starting to separate just a little bit from Scruggs there, Tim. As you take a look at the rest of the field right now, we see that 1-2 battle of Michael and Scruggs. Kind of drops off just a bit there, Tim. You got Lumpkin right there in the 3rd position. Then Newbert's about a 1.5 off the pace. Haney's about almost 2 seconds off. Richards down in 6th position is about 3 seconds off the pace. Brett Tucker, your guy for the night there, that 99 is about 3 seconds off the pace. So definitely seeing a little bit of separation here between the leader and the rest of the pack.
And looking at this this bigger pack right here for battling for sixth right now, Rhett is right where he started this race off at. So he went all the way to the back, ran it back to the front, just to see where he stands here tonight. And that 48 is not giving him much room and not letting him take away or take off from him. As I don't even think you fit a piece of paper between those two right now.
That 99, like you said, just kind of testing the waters, getting his feet wet, if you will, just kind of seeing how this track rolls there for that 99. And you see him right now kind of testing out lines there on the track, going top side, going low side, just kind of feeling it out. Because as you mentioned, I'm sure we're going to have these 20 laps to go to stage 1, stage 2. Then the real race is going to start when we have to race out those last 60 laps there. So keep an eye out on a tire strategy there. Keep an eye out on the fuel strategy there. So a lot of things are going to come into play there in those last 60 laps.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot. And, you know, something I should have found out was how long they can go on fuel mileage. That's what I was trying to think of. That was something I did not check into during the caution break. I might have you run down to one of the guys' channels and see if you can't maybe find that information out.
Yeah, right back.
As we look here right now, our biggest mover is Keith Haney in that number 78, black and purple, or is that pink? I guess that would be pink. Up 6 spots right now. He started in 11th spot, breaking into that top 5. Once those bonus points, we got about 6 laps left in this stage, and these drivers will then make the determination: do I want to take brand new tires now, or do I want to save a set for the end of this thing? Because as a driver, the way I would look at this next stage, Will, is okay, lap 20 I'm getting a caution, then we get another caution in 20 more laps. So do I want to take the chance and keep those tires on and save a set, have a set in the bank, for lack of a better term, so that way if there's a caution late in this race, I can run down pit road and take those bad boys and maybe gain some major track position on the drop of the green flag.
Man, Tim, I love having money in the bank. If you're a WWE fan, you know, you use cashing that money in the bank for that championship shot there, Tim. But I do have some breaking information for this race here tonight. We're looking at a fuel window of about 45 laps. So it's definitely going to come into play there. That last 60 laps there, you're looking at probably around, to do the math there, about 24 laps to go. You're going to have to make some pit stops there at the end. I'm sure my math is wrong there. I'm not a mathematician, I'm just a commentator here, folks, but it's going to be a tight window there towards the end, Tim, and bearing any cautions, we are going to see some green flag pit stops to end this thing out.
And funny you should say that, because now, definitely, with how long I can go on fuel, I would want to test my tires. I would keep the tires I have on for this next stage, just to test the waters, because I'm going to need to know how this car's going to handle after 40 laps on those tires.
Yeah, definitely, as we're taking it on board right now with Haney. Haney's in the 5th position right now, almost about 2 seconds off the pace there, Tim. That has all been the 087 machine up there at the top of Michael. Right now, almost had about a second lead on Dustin Scruggs there in that 11 machine. This really has led from start to now there, Tim. Just really hasn't given up on that lead. Has been hitting his lines there every corner. No mistakes so far. No brushing the wall. No slow laps. Anything like that, Tim. And I was wondering maybe if we could throw the folks that are watching here live on 10-4 Broadcasting on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch, if we could show lap speeds there for the folks at home, just to see if he is the fastest car on the track, or any of the field have any chance of catching him.
You talking about? I don't.
There we go.
Okay, that's what you're looking for. Okay.
That's the one there, Timmy. You take a look at
those
lap
yeah, that's the last lap.
Right there. He's not that much faster of Scruggs right there. Just about.
Oh,
What was that?
actually, I think I can give you the last. See if I can't find. Uh-oh, I think. Did my iRacing freeze? Okay, there we go. That was odd. I want to see if I can't give you a battle box that has the last couple of laps with 1, 2. Let's take a look here. So, okay, this is Scruggs and Michael. Looking for.
You're going to look there at those lap times there if you're watching along with us here at 10-4 Broadcasting or listening to the audio version. We're trying to compare lap speeds here with 1 lap to go here in stage 1. Looks like Michael's going to go ahead and get that stage victory here to lead essentially the first 20 laps here at Auto Club. No break in the action just yet. But Tim, it looks like some of the cars in the field might be faster than him. And I'm just curious of why, if they're running faster lap times, then he's just pulling away and making that distance even further.
Well, it's just difficult to because every lap we didn't see his first laps, which is what I was trying to look for, but I have not found that. So, it just really depends. He could have been having some great fast laps there at the beginning, and it just really was able to keep that distance here in the closing stages of stage 1, as the yellow flag is going to fly, and Michael is going to be your stage 1 winner in that number 087.
Yeah, what a stage it was for him here tonight, folks. Just essentially just dominated that stage there, Tim. Led from lap 1 to lap 21 with virtually no competition at all. We saw Dustin Scruggs get up there just a little bit, fight for him. But speaking of Dustin Scruggs, he's going to finish 4th in that stage there, Tim. So he got passed by about 2 cars there on the last lap.
Yeah, that's he's actually negative 2 positions since the drop of the green flag. So very interesting that he lost those 2 spots. But Adam and Justin were solid throughout that entire segment or stage, and I'm really interested now to see who's going to make those calls down pit road for tires or not.
Yeah, that's the name of the game here, Tim, and we'll keep an eye out for that to see who's going to head down pit road. And Tim, I wanted to ask you, for those folks that are unfamiliar with iRacing, maybe this is their first race they're tuning into. Yes, it's a simulated race. Yes, these drivers are actually racing wheels and pedals and everything. But how intricate are those pit stops, and what are the things the drivers have to look out for as they head down pit road? And how quick of a window do you have to get those things set before you're already right in your pit stall?
So what is nice is, first off, these drivers can have a pit. Uh, oh man, crew chief. There we go. He can be a spotter as well. So these guys could have real life spotters at this moment, and they could be making all those changes for them. But if you're a driver that doesn't have that, you can make those changes as soon as you grid up. So these guys could have already been prepared for their first pit stop before the green flag even dropped.
Gotcha. And right now on lap 22, what are some of the things that the driver should be keeping an eye out for? As you just mentioned, your tire game's not really going to come into play. As we see right now, looks like the whole field's going to head down pit road there, Tim. Is it basically just a fuel pit stop right now to make sure you can get through that second stage, or are you thinking about those tires at all?
Well, that's what I'm looking at here. Looks like everybody is going with 4. Looking through the field, looks like everybody went with 4 tires. So nobody took any chances on that, and well, actually, Keith Haney might have. He gained 8 spots. He ran a 14.2. Oh no, but he took 4 tires. He just had a really good pit stop.
Yeah, and that's the name of the game there, Tim. If you can get it out of your box first, get that thing back on the track, you can put yourself in a great position. We saw Haney run pretty good in qualifying. You were keeping an eye out for him during that little green flag stretch we had there to end stage 1. So definitely putting in some fast lap times there. And another guy that I'm keeping an eye out for as well, you mentioned his name already, and that was Lumpkin. I was keeping an eye on those lap times as well, and Lumpkin was putting in some of the fastest lap times on the track. So keep an eye out on him as well. He's going to roll out 5th here after these green flag or these pit stops here.
Yeah, and I'm looking. Let's see if we can't. Oh, that's what I wanted to look at. The best lap times for these guys so far. And look at that. Rhett Tucker, the only driver in the 41s. It's a fast lap time right there.
Mm-hmm. Definitely here at Auto Club, you can start laying those down. You can start to separate yourself from the rest of the field here tonight. Take a look here now as we're about to go green flag racing here. We're going to have another, I believe, another 20-lap shootout here, Tim, to end stage 2. And as we mentioned, this race is really going to reset after stage 2 because it's going to be the longest stretch of laps. We're going to have about 60 laps to go here after stage 2. So, you know, you really want to kind of maintain here, hold your lines, you know, race for position, but you don't want to damage your race car just yet with those 60 laps to go. And a lot of these drivers have to keep in the back of their mind that once this green flag drops, okay, I'm going to race it out, I'm going to hold position, I'm going to do my thing, but you don't want to race it too hard. You don't want to damage that race car. You don't want to get caught up in anything. You really want to save yourself for those last 60 laps, and that's where you really where you want to push it there towards the end.
Yeah, and I think that's, a couple of these guys, I believe, just kind of hanging back right now. You got Davis, last week's winner, sitting in 13th. It's just part of the game that you're playing here to make it to the end and keep your car all in one piece. And the pace car is going to go down pit road off of 4 right here, and we're going to go back to green flag racing here at Chicago. Auto Club.
We're in the West Coast here as those fumes are in the air. The green flag is in the air as well. Lots of green in the stands as well as we're going to head down into corner number 1 as Michael in that 087, the 87 machine, I'm just going to go ahead and say that's going to lead them down into corner number 1. We're almost 3 wide for second place going around corner number 1.
Man, look at Keith in that number 28. I'm sorry, 78. Doing a great job on the inside lane. Who gets a little loose there off the corner. And Adam is dropping back. Rhett Tucker up to 4th.
Here at 10-4 Broadcasting, if you're watching along with us here on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch. I love that shot. That's that turn it up shot right there, Tim, on the back stretch. As we come around corner number 4 right now, the 87 machine is going to lead them across the start-finish line here on lap 25 right now as Dustin Scruggs behind them in the 11. And look at your man, that 99 Rhett Tucker is up there in the 3rd position, trying to catch that at 11, use a little bit of that draft to climb up there to that lead.
And now, do want to note that those two are teammates, that number 11 and number 99 are teammates, so they are going to be trying to help each other get around this leader, and that might be what does it for Justin, as you see Scruggs go to the outside here. Woo.
Huge run for the 11 coming off of 2. He's going to hold that speed down into 3 on the exit of 4. He's going to lose a little bit of speed, but he's going to go for it, folks. He's going to go to the inside of Michael right now to cross that start-finish line. He's going to see if he can maintain that speed. He's going to go door to door right now on the entry of 1. Still holding that line there on the inside. The 11 and the 87 are racing up. It looks like the 11 is going to go ahead and clear the 87 as they exit 2 down the backstretch.
And that is the first time tonight that somebody is taking the lead away from that 87, but the 87 is not giving up, going back to the inside here. But Rhett Tucker just down that outside lane, give a little push to that number 11. The 87 goes back to the lead.
As they come out of 4 right now, the 87 is now back in the lead on the exit of turn number 4 here, going down the front stretch. The 11 is going to try to maintain that speed on the exit right now. We're going to cross the start-finish line here on lap 28. The 87 is going to lead them down into corner number 1. The 11 has a big run right now going down into the corner. We'll see if he goes to the inside right now. Just going to maintain there on the top side to see if he's going to use that speed off of 2 right now. The 87 knows it's coming. The 11 is just not going to have the speed that he had the previous laps. So we head down the backstretch with the 87, the 11, 1-2.
And here's that beautiful shot you speak of. And I just love seeing all the cars single file coming down that backstretch, heading into turn 3 and 4. As you see now, Now that we're about 8 laps into this stage, everybody's kind of single file right now. Everyone's found their place. But now, this is where you got to start playing your strategy. You got to start thinking, where do I want to be heading into this final stage, which is only 11 laps away.
Yeah, and you see the 11 have to check up right there as they enter corner number 1. Came in with a lot of speed. He's going to use that top side. And that speed!
Man.
Watch out! Oh, man. The 87 just squeezed the 11 there on the top side. The 11's going to follow back in behind the 87 as they head down the back of
And coming through turns 3 and 4, that 11 was all over the back bumper of that 87 coming off a 2. And it's funny, you see these drivers, Will. You see their strong points. You see this car's good in turns 1 and 2. This car's good in 3 and 4. This car's good on the front stretch, back stretch. And I feel like turn 1 and 2, the 87 is better than the 11. But then turn 3 and 4, the 11 is better than the 87. As you see now, it's a three-way battle here for the lead. Red Tucker's going to go to the inside of that number 11.
Yeah, I don't think they're thinking about teammates right now. You see the 99's going to think about going to the inside of the 11. Wisely follows right back in behind that back bumper as we head down into 3. Still going to be the 87 leading the way there on the inside. The 11 is going to follow him right on the inside as well. A little bit of a change there as we exit the 4 down the front stretch.
And now it's, if you watch these two, they're trying to use a draft to get around him. You see a lot of times drivers in real life will kind of have this like accordion effect where they're moving the draft with the rest of the field and trying to get it to where the leader doesn't get any help from that. Right now, it doesn't look like it's helping too much. As we're going to go back and take a quick look at this battle back here between Keith and Robert and Justin Lumpkin.
Yeah,
three-way battle back here.
A huge block right there on the exit of 2.
Damage on that 78.
Yeah, that 78 just threw that back bumper right in front of the car behind him there on the exit of 2. Looks like some of these cars are flying out of the corner off of 2. But 78 doesn't care if he has damage or not. He's still whipping that Ford Mustang around Auto Club here tonight. He's still trying to throw that block on the corner. Man, he's driving this race like I would drive an iRacing Tim, beating that thing around.
Yeah, and that's really going to affect him. You see the 48 really doesn't show that it's any competition for him going to the outside. I'm wondering if he rear-ended somebody or, you know, what the case may be. Let's take a look here at different back ends here real quick. Oh, there's some damage on the back of that number 1 Davis Ford Mustang. But other than that, and also I think that 47 actually is when he smacked the wall a little bit. But yeah, that's going to be some damage that number 78 is going to have to get fixed.
Yeah, Tim. Taking a look at that rest of the field there, one driver I'm also keeping an eye out for has climbed himself into the top 10 right now as NASRA right there in that machine right there. That 37's done a great job of climbing through the field as well. Another driver who ran really well last week, Tim, just couldn't get it done there at Daytona. Taking a look at those final standings there at Daytona. Finished 6th there, but led 13 laps in that race, Tim. So had that 37 machine there out in the lead, putting some quality laps there at Daytona. Finished outside the top 5. So definitely a driver that wants to improve on his finish last week here in the National Sim Racing Association. But right now, keeping an eye out for him. He's right in that 7th position, so right around the area he finished last week, Tim, in that 37. But it looks like he's getting down on Lumpkin. Really fast in that first stage, but just not holding that same pace as he was in that first 20 laps or so.
Yeah, and that's going to happen. You see the sun's getting a little brighter. I think we're kind of moving into a more of a sunset situation here in Southern California. The track's going to start changing. The track right now, I believe, hold on, let's see if I can find this information out. I think it will actually tell me the track temperature. We're going to find out together here. I could be wrong. I could be just making this up.
As you're checking the track temperature here in beautiful Southern California.
That's not
as
what I
we
want.
take a look there. Yeah. Right there, as we're taking a look at NASRA in that 37, looks like Rhett Tucker overtook Scruggs in that 11. And it looks like Newbert's up there as well. So quite a battle ensuing up there for those top 3 positions. Scruggs is dropping back on that 11. Maybe just raced that thing just a little bit too hard. Took those corners just a little bit too fierce right now. Looks like he's having to hold on to his positions on the track there. Dustin Scruggs, as they head around corner number 1, going to lose another position on the track. It looks like so he's going to slide 10 all the way down into about the 4th or 5th position.
Yeah, and they're having a great battle back here. It seems like when the leader gets away, everybody else has a good battle from second on back. And right now you got Red Tucker, Dustin Scruggs, and Newbert here fighting. Newbert gets a great run on the outside there, as well as it looks like the 48 starting to come into picture too of Richards, having a great run here. And it seems like the end of these stages, Scruggs is struggling here to stay up with everybody.
Yeah, but we saw that 11 racing really hard up there with the 87 as we're coming around corner number 1 here on lap 37. Maybe just put too much in that effort there, Tim, in that 11 machine, trying to keep pace with the 87. We saw him trying to make a couple moves there. We saw him overtake the 87. The 87 just took it right back there. So maybe just race that 11 machine just a little bit too hard there with 3 laps to go here in stage 2 as we come around corner number 4.
Yeah, now it looks like Lumpkin's going to set his eyes to get around Scruggs here. But hey, every point counts. It proven last week. The race winner only received 2 bonus points last week, and that put him in 5th in points. You know, Phil Pappas, James Haney, Ted Wade, Dustin Scruggs all had double-digit bonus points, and that helped them catapult ahead of the race winner.
Yeah, and with 2 laps to go here in stage 2, it is still an 87 machine. Looking like Snoop Dogg out there just leading the way here, blowing the competition away there, Tim, here at California there in that 87, just smoking them, if you will, and across the line here on lap 39. And take that 1 to go sign here in stage 2 as we head down into 1.
Yeah, and he's doing a great job managing this race. You know, nobody's really been able to challenge him too much, except for on the restarts.
We head down the backstretch here. Yeah, the only competition he had to start off this stage was on the restarts from Dustin Scruggs there in that 11. But the 99 of Rhett Tucker may have made a move as well. But with those battle between teammates, it really gave the 87 a chance to just slide out further out in the front. And it looks like he's just sliding around this track here tonight, Tim, and going to cross the line here on lap 40. This is officially going to be the last lap of stage number 2 before that break comes here, as the 87 is going to take them down into corner number 1 here. Has virtually no competition around him, has about a second lead on second place of Rhett Tucker in that 99 machine. Newbert's going to be in the 3rd position. Richards in that 48 is doing an excellent job here tonight, up to 4th. Justin Scruggs is going to slide down into 5th as we're going down the backstretch.
Yeah, and Justin's going to take us through turns 3 and 4 one more time for stage 2. And you can see the bright the bright orange sun just casting all over the track right now. And that also, as a driver, I'll show you all. We're going to drive on board during the when they come back to green, and you'll see the sun just glaring into the front of these cars, and it makes it difficult.
Definitely, Tim, as that's going to bring an end to stage number 2 there, folks. That's 40 laps in the books already, Tim. No cautions yet on the track. These drivers are doing an excellent job of keeping those race cars clean here tonight. We've seen a little bit of contact with the wall, seen a little bit of contact with each other, but no cautions yet here at this course, as the 87 is going to lead 41, or I'm going to say about 39 laps there. He lost the lead for just about a lap there, if you will, Tim, but virtually has led every lap in the books here tonight in that 87 machine. But now this race basically hits the reset button, because now we've got 60 laps to go.
Yeah, and he's right now the field's just trying to catch up to the pace car. As you hear him just turn off the engine there. And now strategy comes into play. Do you want to have, and you see that sun, I want to show you all this right here. That's the sun glaring into these drivers' eyes. And it's just, it's not easy sometimes looking at that thing while racing on board. But now strategy comes into play. Is there some strategy you can pull out for fuel or tires? We shall see.
Right here, Tim, I'm thinking about either wearing those Ray-Bans underneath my Oakley shield or some other cool California sunglasses with that sun hitting me right in the face and a little extra sunscreen underneath my fire suit.
And that's another strategy I just thought of. Uh, uh, Will, is some of these drivers, if you're in the back, I would say if you're in 10th on back, okay, you can come down pit road until the caution is over and keep topping off, getting more fuel than everybody else. See if you can push that fuel a little bit farther in this third stage. It
Yeah,
might be something to think about.
because looking at it, that fuel window was 45 laps there, ladies and gentlemen. If you add that up there, you just put the 5 underneath the 3 and the 4 underneath the 4. That's going to put us at about 85 laps. So about 20 laps to go, if you will, 25 laps. It's going to be that last window of fuel. But as you mentioned, if you can keep topping off underneath the yellow flag there, you might be able to make it the whole way there, Tim.
It would be difficult. Um, Ooh, did Tucker beat him off pit lane? I think so. That was a good battle coming off of pit road.
So we're taking a look at these pit stops here, Tim. I believe we were able to get some communication with Michael in that 87, which I think you're going to have to join their radio communication down in the driver's lounge to get him on the radio. If we allow us to do that real quick, just to get his
Let's go
insight
ahead.
of how he's led so many laps here tonight.
We're going to jump on down there. Hey, Michael, it's Tim in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, you've been able to bring this thing home, stage 1 and stage 2 here. What's it going to take for stage 3? Because, I think we're going to have a green flag pit stop in the middle of this one.
I mean, I've been pushing a little harder than I normally do, so I think green flag pit stop will really show you who's who here, and I don't know. We'll have to save some tires, I think, a little better, and which I like this track a lot, so I think it's going to be pretty fun. So should be a good show.
What's how much is the tire wear right now?
Well, it was better that run, but I know that run was like 3 or 4 laps shorter, but
Okay.
it's pretty bad. Yeah, it's a tight car, so it's going to push like a dump truck.
Okay, awesome. Well, congratulations on stage 1 and 2 win. That's going to be some great bonus points heading into the next week. Anybody want to give a shout out before we let you get back to green here?
Thanks to everyone out there watching. Hopefully it's a good show, and Scott out there. Appreciate it.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Justin. Good luck the rest of the race.
Thanks, sir.
All right, and we are back in the booth here. Man, so he said that his second run was a little bit better because his first run he had wore the tires off that thing, but we might see him drop back here to save some tires.
Yeah, that's one thing at the folks at home, whether you're watching live with us here at 10-4 Broadcasting on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch, or just listening to the audio-only version of this race here tonight. One of the things that we've been talking about here throughout the broadcast is that there's going to be 60 laps to go here, so definitely a different strategy of just running 20 laps, being able to pit. You really have a lot more things you got to worry about here, as Rhett Tucker in that 99 machine's going to lead them across the start-finish line here as the green flag is in the air here at Auto Club, leading down into corner number 1.
And now this is going to be interesting to see the strategy that Rhett plays. I'll tell you, the last time I did a broadcast, when I first started, oh, we got a driver down, and oh, Scruggs! 2 drivers got loose there through the center of the corner.
Yeah, coming off of 2 has been a sketchy situation here at Auto Club. Looks like Dustin did a great job of saving that race car in the 11, but definitely fighting that thing around the course now. After running really strong there in the first couple stages, is just kind of fluttered back just a little bit there, Tim. You saw him at the end of stage 2, losing some positions. Now really trying to fight that race car around this track here tonight. It's almost similar to what happened to him in Daytona last week. Started out really strong, led the most laps as well, but as the race ticked on, those laps started to build up. Started to see that 11 fade just a little bit. Now he's faded down into the 8th position with a lot of cars in front of him.
And I will say that, as a driver, sometimes I forget that when you throw on 4 fresh ones, those babies are not heated up properly. So you kind of gotta baby those tires for a lap or two to get them to their max potential. Or what's going to happen is you're going to get loose, just as we saw Scruggs and another driver. Didn't get to really see who that was. Both were sideways in the center of the corner trying to save these things. So did a great job saving them. Lost some time on track, so we'll see how he can make that up here in this final stage.
Talk about making it up as they head down into corner number 3 right now. That 87 is right in the back bumper of that 99 of Rhett Tucker right now. He's going to go to the inside right now on corner number 4. Heading to the front stretch. He's going to try to make that swinging move to overtake. He's going to fade just a little bit there on exit. Going to follow right behind that 99, but a big battle ensuing behind these guys as well for that 3rd position between Newbert and Richards right there. That 4 and 2 are battling out for 3rd. At 48, looks like he has the speed to get around, and I'm impressed by that 48 here tonight. But look behind that 48 there, Tim. That 37 of Nez has done a great job of keeping it clean here all night long, like Lionel Richie. He's trying to make that pass to get up into the top 5.
Yeah, he's doing a great job. Last week I expected him to possibly win the race. That's one of the drivers I looked for at Daytona, Talladega, and pretty much any track to have a great run at. As we see here, Lumpkin now going to the inside to try to get around him. And just everybody's kind of taking it easy right now, I believe. There's a couple of battles, nothing too crazy as we go back through here. And it looks like, so unfortunately, a quick update. We had talked about Keith before all that damage. Unfortunately, he's been on pit road for 13 and a half minutes repairing that number 78. He's currently 15 laps down. So
it might be time to roll that thing to the garage. Go get you a hot dog or a burrito here in Southern California, because your night might be over there in the 87.
Hey, some Mexican corn sounds good right now.
Excuse me, that's the 78 of Haney up there as well, but has a, I don't know if it's his brother or not. Another Haney in that 55 is just inside the top 10 right there. So not all is lost for the Haney family, as that 55 still racing for that top 10 finish right here, Tim. A few of these drivers I noticed here as we dig down the backstretch into turn number 3 have sort of felt out a few other drivers on the track here, trying to find their teammates here as we've reached the halfway mark here in the North American Sim Racing Association meet number 2 here at Auto Club.
Yeah, and this has so far been a great race. We've had no cautions other than the stage breaks, which I expected. If there's a track that we're going to go to on the circuit where you're going to have long green flag runs and minimal issues, it's going to be right here. Now, for a driver, that can be difficult. There might be some changes you need to make to that car throughout the race, but you're going to have to wait until those pit stops. You need some new tires. I mean, you just got to tough it out, really.
Yeah, as we take a look right now, as Rhett Tucker's going to take them around corner number 4. A little separation right now, a little calm in the passing on the track there, Tim. I wanted to ask you here, as we've surpassed the halfway mark here at Auto Club, you see the drivers here, if you're watching along with us here at 10-4 Broadcasting on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch, you see the back ends kind of slide just a little bit there around the corners. From your experience here racing at Auto Club, do you want that thing tight? As we heard Michael was talking about, his race car was a little bit tight, almost like a semi-truck around the racetrack. Or do you want that thing loose to be able to slide that thing around the corner?
Man, I'm going to tell you, it's for a track like here, I want my car to be loose on entry and a little tight in the center and exit because I can control that. But at the same time, I'm going to tell you loose is fast. So the looser you are, the faster you're going to go. But you are pushing that car to the edge of its existence. So it's a very fine line as to what each driver prefers, because I've heard drivers say that they prefer it to be tight, and I personally think that they want it to be tight because if it's loose, they feel like they have no control over that car.
Yeah, talking about control, Red Tucker and that 99 is going to take them down into 3, still controlling the race lead right now. So it looks like Michael in that 87 is trying to find a way there. And Tim, just to ask you off of what you were just saying there, is it maybe a strategy throughout the race of basically just slowly loosening that race car up as this race proceeds, or is it the opposite? Do you want to tighten that thing up as this race goes on?
Well, that's another great question. Because it also depends on the track conditions. Like right now, during stage 2, I mean, the sun was covering this entire track. It was bright. It was so sunny. But now, if we ride on board here, you see the sun is setting. There's no sun hitting the track at all. But so now, say you've made those changes during stage 1 and 2 for the sun to be all over the track. Well, now you're going into stage 3 with the track cooling down, and now you've got to kind of go back on what you've done.
Right, exactly. As it's a whole different racetrack here tonight. As you said, that sun is setting here. If we weren't racing here tonight, it'd be just about the time to go hit the beach and ride some waves here in Southern California. Beautiful weather here for a NASCAR race as we head down into corner number 3. Still leading the way in that 99 machine with the 87 of Michael, not giving up just yet, but a lot of battles ensuing behind the top 2 guys as we come around 4 right now. A lot of these drivers are trying to make their swing at Red Tucker and Michael in the 87 as we're going to cross the line here at lap 56.
And now it looks like Dustin Scruggs making his way back up towards the front in the top 5 right now. He got around Lumpkin and Rawl, so he's now recovering from that incident on the green flag. On the green flag restart for stage number 3, as the 48's really trying to get around that Adam Lambert or Adam Newbert. Oh man,
stars,
I'm all over the place.
The stars are out here at California. Unfortunately, Adam Lambert did not sing the national anthem here at Auto Club, as Michael in that 87 is going to take them across the start-finish line here right at lap 58 as we head down, lap 57, as they're side by side right now down into corner number 1. Red Tucker in that 99, Michael in that 87. Michael fades just a little bit there as we come around the backstretch right now. Michael still right on that back. Oh, is going to push him just a little bit there on the exit of 2. Going to lose a little bit of momentum with that strategy, but you watch right now as we dig down the backstretch down into corner number 3. If the 87 is going to go to the inside, he's going to stay top side there. Red Tucker is going to still hold that position as we come around 3 out of 4 down the front stretch.
And that gets sketchy as a driver. If you're inside that car, you don't realize that you are blinking, okay? Red Tucker is seeing that. He's wondering where he's going to reappear at, because you could reappear on the inside of that car and cause a wreck and not even know it. Abracadabra.
Look at me now. The 87 is back in town as he overtakes Red Tucker in that 99, heading down the backstretch there, Tim.
You know, he did say that he loves this track, so I am not surprised by these moves here and being able to stay with Red Tucker. This is a great battle for the lead right now, and everybody in the rest of the field is loving this because these two are using up their tires more than everybody else right now.
Right, Tim, as we're going to cross this line right now at lap 59. It's still going to be Michael, and that 87 just overtook Red Tucker just a moment ago as we're going to head down into corner number 1. But as you mentioned, Tim, these guys have been battling it out there 1-2 for a good stretch of this green flag run here to close things out. We're going to have about 60 laps to end this thing here tonight. But as you mentioned, Tim, a lot of different strategies are going to come into play here. It's going to be Michael in that 87 leading them down that backstretch here. As we take a look here, the sun is setting. The lights are out here at California as the 87 is going to dig down into 3. See, the 99 is going to think about a move there, but follows right back behind him as they come around 4.
But that 99 is going to have a great run coming off of 4. I would imagine he's might be able, not enough. I thought maybe he was going to have a good enough run to dive to the inside there, but still single file 4, 1, 2. They got about a second lead over third place right now. As you see, they're both running their different lines respectively here. And Red Tucker comes oh so close to that outside wall coming off a 4 or 2.
May have brushed it just a little bit there, Tim. You saw that 99 just lose pace there for a second. Is going to ride that momentum right into the back bumper of the 87 as they come around the corner here. No space to make a move, just too late to swing around there. The 99 is going to think about it on the top side. It's going to get squeezed by the 87 just a little bit. The 99 forgot where the outside wall there. You saw him just jerk that wheel just a little bit as we cross the line here. Lap 61, digging down into corner number 1. The 87 still leading the way, but that 99 is right there, Tim.
I'm telling you what, this battle is reminding me of the days of Carl Edwards and Jimmy Johnson here at the Auto Club. Those two were always neck and neck here at the California Speedway. And we've seen so many great battles between those two as Red Tucker right on the tail end of that number 87. The question is, when is he going to make that pass? Or if he's going to be able to.
Yeah, exactly. You know, right now on lap 61, we got about 39 laps to go here, ladies and gentlemen. Across the line here at lap 62, so 38 laps to go here at Auto Club. The 87 of Michael's going to lead them down into corner number 1. Still Rhett Tucker right there in that 99 behind them. But one driver that's keeping an eye out on this battle right there is Newbert right there in that 4. He knows these guys are going to battle it out, use up those race cars. If you head down the backstretch here, that 4 is just going to lay in wait for his opportunity to pass these cars for the lead.
Yeah, and right now you see, as you said, the sun is setting. Night is coming forth. And you can hear, I know you can't hear this, Will, but the viewers at home, something that these drivers listen for when they're driving. I'm going to be quiet here going into turn 1 and 2, but listen at the tires on Newbert's car. Now, there is a slight kind of, it sounds like a tire is sliding a little bit, and that noise is how, like, some drivers use that as a way to hear how the car is handling. You know, am I looser right now? Am I tighter? Because if you hear too much of that, you're going to be on the looser side. And that could bring that car right around. As it looks like James Morris is down pit road right now. Longer than normal pit stop. Looks like, oh no, he's down and away 15.62 for his pit stop. So he's the first driver to go down pit road in that number 47. So at any time, these leaders are going to start thinking about coming down pit road.
Yeah, we're closing in on that pit window there, folks. We mentioned it to start this broadcast off here. We found out breaking news that these drivers have about 45 laps on that fuel tank. So keep an eye out for that as we're going to end things here. We're just inside that window, Tim. And even though Michael and the 87, the 99 of Rhett Tucker have been battling out there, with those green flag pit stops into play here as we're counting down the last week with the North American Sim Racing Association at Auto Club. Oh no, you see the 47 get loose there, hits the apron, goes a little sideways, saves that thing there as he's going to head down pit road there. Started to slow down that thing, but just a little bit too early. And Tim, that's the exact question I was going to ask you there. Do you want to go ahead and pit early, or do you want to wait for those leaders to pit and then you pit? What's going to be the best strategy for those guys?
This is, I'm trying to figure out what may have happened with Morris here. He'd already been down pit road. I don't know if he just accidentally spun the tires and it brought him back down pit road, but he's coming back down into his pit box. I'm wondering if he has a penalty. Oh, missed his pit box. Gonna have to back it up there. I'm trying to see what may have happened. Looks like he may have. Well, I thought maybe he had a penalty, but he is sitting there for a while. So not sure what's going on in the 47 camp, but back up front, Justin still leading over Rhett Tucker in that 99, and Newbert kind of reeling him in now. If I take a look, they were about a second ahead of him. Now he's only he's there. He's not even far at all.
Yeah, Newbert and Scruggs and Richards all ran faster laps than the top two guys on the track right now. As we mentioned throughout this broadcast, we watched that battle ensue between the 87 and the 99 of Rhett Tucker. But with that battle, they really beat up those machines, whereas the guys behind them were really racing single file. They weren't racing each other. They were just trying to reel in these leaders as we dig down into the corner right now. Tim, as we head down the backstretch, those drivers have caught them, and these boys better watch out because the way these guys were able to keep those cars clean and well maintained behind them, they're going to go flying by them if they're not careful.
And there's still plenty of time to stay out fuel-wise. So these guys, if I believe as the 4 and the 11 start making moves on these front two, I think the front two might jump down pit road just to gain some time back on those guys.
Yeah, talking about gaining time back on these guys. There goes Dustin Scruggs and that 11 machine. Thought about an inside move there to take a little 2-for-1 action there. Wisely fouled right back behind the second and third place cars right there. But Red Tucker has a battle on his hands right now as we head down the backstretch. Newbert's trying to get around him in that Ford machine. He's not just going to make a move just yet as they head down the backstretch down into corner number 3.
Man, Newbert is really reeling it in right now. Has a great car in that number 4. Goes to the inside of Red Tucker. Is he going to be able to complete the pass? I think he does. Slides up in front of that 99. And now Rhett falls back to 3rd.
Oh, and Rhett is squeezed in between Newbert and that 4 and Dustin Scruggs in the 11. The 11's trying to push his teammate along. You better watch out with that arrow, not pushing him around the track too much. As you see, the 11 kind of files back just a little bit there on the top side around corner number 1. Coming out of 2 now on the backstretch. The 87 is going to watch out because here comes Newbert in that 4. He's going to catch that draft off of 2. Heading down into corner number 3. That 4 machine's going to be right there as they come off of 2 and 4.
Man, that I think turns 1 and 2 might be where that number 4 is going to be able to make his move. Heading to lap 70 this time by at the stripe. And now he's kind of putting some distance on himself between him and that number 99 of Rhett Tucker.
Yeah, he's definitely closing the gap now between him and the 87. Red Tucker and that 99 is going to have a battle on his hands as he has Dustin Scruggs right there in that 11, but also has Richards in that 48 right behind Dustin, the 11. But you see the 99 think about a move on Newbert in that 4. That 4 is losing just a little bit of pace as the 99 is going to get a big push from the 11 as they head down the backstretch into corner number 3. It's going to be the 87 of Michael leading around the corner.
It's funny. I was thinking about, these two, the 99 and the 87 had kind of left the whole field. And now they've all caught back up to him. We've got a 6-car battle up here for the lead.
And a huge move out of Dustin Scruggs in the 11. He's going to go to the inside of the 99 right now, digging down into corner number 1. He's going to go for Rhett Tucker, and he's going to overtake. He's going to think about a pass on Newbert in that 4. He's going to lose a little bit of speed there on the corner. The 99 is going to be right there as well as Richards in that 48. The 11 really lost a lot of momentum there on the exit of the corner as they head down the backstretch right now. This is a battle for 3rd place on the track right now. Newbert better watch out in that 4 as you see the 48 of Richards almost getting the back bumper of the 99 right now as they exit 4 onto the front stretch.
And that's the thing, this is not a give and take time. Less than 30 laps to go, it's go time. And Rhett Tucker just keeps falling back. I can't help but wonder that he now thinks that he used too much of his tires.
48's going to overtake there on the corner. Watch out. This is going to be tight on the exit of 2 right there. The 99 and the 48 are inseparable right now going down the backstretch. This is Rhett Tucker trying to hold on to a top 5 position on the track. He's going to go to the inside of the 48 right now on corner number 3. Dustin Scruggs up there as well. Dustin Scruggs has worked his way back up into the top 3 right now as we exit 4. Still going to be a new leader on the track there, Tim, as Newbert's going to overtake.
Yeah, now down pit road, the 11 and the 87 both dip down at the last second. So now it's going to be interesting to see when will these guys come down pit road. Richards in 2nd right now. Rhett Tucker in 3rd. Justin Lumpkin 4th. Kyle Hess in 5th. And your boy Ross sitting in 6th right now.
If we're going to have a reshuffle of that grid here on lap 73, once everybody gets their pit stops out of the way, I believe we'll see this thing go ahead and hit that shuffle, that iPod shuffle button, if you will. Things will reshuffle, I would say, around lap 75 or lap 76 there, Tim, about 3 or 4 laps from right now. We'll see that grid reshuffle. We'll see those names probably back up inside the top 5 once everything files out. But here we go, folks. These green flag pit stops are taking place. The majority of the field is going to go ahead and head down pit road right now, including the 99 of Rhett Tucker.
Yeah, and right now we're waiting to see what these guys do. Do you take 4 tires? Do you take 2? Try to get out in front of people? But I think 4 is the safe bet here.
For me, Tim, I would do just about a quarter tank of gas and about 2 tires. I would want to get that race car out there as fast as possible. Try to get my car out there in the lead. As you mentioned, before the start of this green flag run here at the end of stage 2, we take 4 fresh tires here. It's going to take a little bit for those tires to get warmed up, as we see last week's winner now leading the race in Clayton Davis in that one machine and across the stripe right here on lap 75. And I think right now, as we're counting down with about 25 laps to go, I don't think you can waste any time, waiting for your tires to heat up, if you will. I think just throw 2 tires on there, change what you got to change, get that race car back out there as fast as possible, because we've seen the 87, once he overtakes for the lead, it is hard to close him in.
Yeah, and let's go back to intervals here. Doesn't show us, on my end it shows that he is 5 seconds ahead of Rhett Tucker. Wait, Rhett Tucker's coming back down pit road. He must have got a penalty. Same with Justin Lumpkin.
Yeah, something must have happened between the 61 and the 99 as they head down pit road. Once again here on lap 25, we'll see exactly what happened there. I speak to them at the end of the race to see what occurred there, Tim. Maybe they just forgot something down pit road. Maybe they had a socket wrench hanging from that. We don't use any more wrenches here in NASCAR. It's just one plug. Oh no, these are the old school Xfinity cars there. So now you see Lumpkin's back out on the racetrack there. The 99 is going to sit in that pit box for just a minute. So I think you are right on the money there, Tim. It might be a pit road penalty there for the 99.
Well, and the other question is, when did those penalties occur? Because Lumpkin's made sense. Typically, it's a pass-through penalty. But I don't know if that's on the entrance to pit road or the exit. If Rhett Tucker was speeding on the exit, they would probably get him a stop and go. But I'm unsure. But now you can go ahead and kiss that goodbye for Rhett Tucker. I don't believe he's going to be able to get back up here and make this thing happen if it stays green flag this whole time. With 24 laps to go, back up front, Clayton Davis is still your leader.
Yeah, Clayton Davis is still leading the way there in that one machine. Last week's winner there at Daytona is going to come around corner number 4 now to the front stretch, going to cross that stripe here with 23 laps to go. Shout out to Michael Jordan, the GOAT there. 23 laps to go. Is going to cross down into corner number 1. But hey, he has a battle on his hands. That 51 of Smith wants to go ahead and take that lead as well. But right towards at the end of these guys there, Tim, we got Haney in that 55 in the 4th position, 20 seconds off the pace. So really a 2-car race right now on the track. But after that, then we get back into those leaders once again of the 87 of place. Dustin Scruggs in the 11 in 6th place, in the 4 machine of Newbert down into 7th. Also Richards in that 48 is down there as well. So we'll see what happens to these guys. I'd say about 1, 2, 3 if they decide to head down pit road or not. They want to try to push this thing to the very limit as we come around corner number 2 to the backstretch right here, Tim. We'll see if Clayton Davis and Smith are still going to race it out there on the track, or if we're going to have a reshuffle of that grid here in just a minute.
These two are battling really hard for this lead position. Last time they both been down pit road was lap 42. So they definitely cannot make it unless they did some wild saving on fuel. But even then, these guys that have already been down pit road have gained 10 seconds on them since they've come back out.
Hey, they drive these races just like I drive my car. I wait until that needle's all the way down at the very bottom there and coast that thing into the gas station. As Clayton Davis is going to take them down into corner number 1. Smith on that back bumper there as they dig down into the corner. Still Davis and Smith 1-2 right now with 21 laps to go.
Man, and these two are really battling it out with Abbott in that number 82 right there. 51's going to dive back to the inside of that number 1. This might be the most exciting battle we've had all night for the lead.
Yeah, you saw the one kind of bounce off the top side wall there as they dig down into corner number 3. The 51's going to overtake Clayton Davis right now as they come around 4 to the front stretch. Smith is going to hold on to that position. Looks like Smith is going to lead a lap in the books here. Wait, hold on a minute. There's Clayton Davis going to make a push right there at the
Davis
line.
made it.
Yep, and he gets it from him there right at the line here with 20 laps to go here, ladies and gentlemen, as we dig down to corner number 1. Still Clayton Davis and Smith. 1-2 Smith on the top side, Clayton Davis on the low side. Abbott's rocking that low side lane as well behind them, a little bit off the pace of these two. Again, Clayton Davis is going to scrape that wall off of 2. He's going to lose a lot of speed. Smith is going to try to make a move in that 57 machine right now as they dig down into corner number 1. 51 machine, excuse me, around corner number 3. Gonna throw that back bumper into the face of Clayton Davis, coming around corner number 4 now to the stripe here with 19 laps to go.
Is he gonna lead this lap? No, Davis takes it back away from him. 19 laps to go. These guys are coming up to that official end of that pit window. How much further? And them racing each other as hard as they are is not helping their fuel situation, as now Abbott is down pit road. And it looks like there's a battle back here between Scruggs and Michael, as this is where the lead will probably end up once Davis and Smith come down pit road. Sorry.
No, Tim, I was just about to mention that battle ensuing right behind those guys further down the grid there. If you're watching along with us here on 10-4 Bro on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch, as Tim just mentioned, this is going to be a battle for the lead once those top 2 guys head down pit road.
Yeah, oh, looks like Smith is down pit road. Nathan Smith comes down pit road. So Clayton Davis, your Daytona 500 winner, well, not Daytona 500, but your Daytona winner here in NASRA is still on the track, 18 seconds ahead of third place Michael, and then Scruggs, and then Newbert, Richards, and Meza. No cautions here tonight. Other than stage breaks, Will.
Yeah, no cautions at all here tonight, Tim. It's been a super clean race here tonight. Right now, as Clayton is going to cross the stripe here with 17 laps to go. No incidences on the track. It's virtually the 87 of Michael leading the way here. Most of the race got overtaken, I would say, Tim, at least 1 time or 2 times here at this track. Right now is not leading the race, but it looks like he will once Clayton Davis heads down pit road. And man, what a race it has been for that 87 machine. Wasted no time even with those green flag pit stops of overtaking once again, battling through that grid, keep maintaining position, holding off Dustin Scruggs right there in that 11. But don't call him the winner just yet. As we head down the backstretch right now, Clayton Davis is still out on the racetrack, but taking a look at those lap times, Tim, like he is way off the pace of Michael, so even if he doesn't head down pit road here soon, he's going to get overtaken by the 87.
Oh yeah, I mean he's running about 2 seconds slower than these guys on fresher tires. You know, I think maybe he's banking on a caution of some sort, maybe. But I just do not see that happening here tonight.
No, not as all down into corner number 1. We're taking an eye out, taking a look at the battle for second position on the track, which will be a battle for the lead here momentarily as we head down the backstretch on the exit of 2. It's the 87 of Michael leading the 11 of Dustin Scruggs right behind him. What an impressive race it has been out of Richards in that 48. Has really kept his name in the mix as well here, Tim. If he can keep those guys in his sights, he might have a battle for that lead at the end there, but has to keep those guys right in his sights. If they pull away too much, it might be just a podium finish there for the 48.
And even I would accept the podium finish, but just think if something was to happen between those 2 drivers, he would be in the catbird seat for the front row tickets to taking that lead away.
Definitely. Almost like courtside tickets for the Lakers here at California, but the leader on the track right now is still Clayton Davis right there. Smith is back out on the racetrack there in that 57 machine, or 51 machine right there on the side, back to racing him around the track. But of course, you know, the 51 machine just headed down pit road. He's trying to get that lap back, if you will. But it looks like he's not going to allow him to do it. But Clayton Davis, the more you race that 51 machine, the more you're going to use up that race car. But he has yet to head down pit road there, Tim. He's going to race that thing until the tank is empty.
Tank is empty. He's gonna need a push from somebody if he keeps it up. 14 laps to go. Officially, if we go by statistics, he went down pit road lap 42. He has been out for 44 laps. I think he's coming in right now.
And there we go, Tim. Clayton Davis in that one machine is going to head down pit road after leading, I would say, about 8 or 9 laps there. His run at the top is over. Just like the Lakers when they got beat by the Celtics in 2008, it is over. And as Michael in that 87 is going to lead the race now with 13 laps to go, Dustin Scruggs going to try to make a move heading down into corner number 1. The 87 is going to maintain right now. Now the heat is on here in Southern California. The race has now officially restarted here with 13 laps to go. This is a battle for the lead down the backstretch.
And right now, Richards is there. Richards has been quietly setting them up during this stage, and he's been doing a great job. He doesn't have to deal with Rhett Chucker anymore. He got around Newbert, who has been up front all night. So now Richards is just kind of waiting to see what these two are going to do, and then he's going to set his eyes on making the move when he needs to.
There, Tim. As you keep an eye out on that 87 heading down corner number 1. The 11's right there on the back bumper there as they dig down into the corner. Heading around 2 now down the backstretch. The 11's going to hold him coming off of that corner. See if he can move just yet. It's going to hold his line right there. The 87's going to gain a lot of speed heading down into corner number 3 as we come around 4. No battle just yet here as we're going to cross that stripe here with 11 laps to go. But we see the 87 touch the apron just a little bit. I'm sure he's going to lose a little speed there, and he does. The 11's going to gain a lot of momentum on the exit of 4. He's going to cross that stripe right now with 11 laps to go here, Tim.
And they just keep distancing themselves from that 4th place car of Newbert. Now 1.1 back from the leader, and they put a little distance between themselves and Richards as well this lap. But coming off of turn 2, 87 still going to leave, and the 11 loses a little bit of momentum coming down the backstretch, but as they head off into 3 and 4, I bet he will gain that right back.
Yeah, you saw the 11 try to make a move there on the 87 with that gamble. He lost a lot of momentum there. He's going to lead them around corner number 3 on the outskirts of 4 right now. We're going to cross that line now with 10 laps to go here live from Auto Club Speedway. Right now digging down into corner number 1. Still going to be the 87 of Michael. Dustin Scruggs at the 11 in the 2nd position. The 48 of Richards right there as well. And Newbert in that 4th position in that number 4 machine. That's going to be our top 4 on the track. As you said, Tim, it's really on this track right now as we head down the backstretch.
And now they just keep putting a little bit more distance between those guys behind them. 10 laps to go, and these two are putting on a clinic here at the Auto Club. But nobody has put on more of a show than that number 87 of Michael. At this point, I feel like it's his race to lose. Because typically when you go talk to somebody, they tell you how much they like that track, you better be on notice for the rest of the night, because that driver knows the ins and outs of that track. Doesn't matter what car you throw them in, they're going to do what they can to win at that track that they love.
Yeah, you can tell the 87 has wasted no time here in Southern California. He wasn't hitting Hollywood Boulevard. He wasn't hitting the boardwalk. He wasn't hitting those waves at the beach. He was here Club Speedway, getting those laps in, getting those times in to make sure that tonight he had the speed to win this race here tonight with 9 laps to go. He still got a little bit of a battle on his hands with Dustin Scruggs in the 11 right behind him. But as you just mentioned, Tim, as we're down the front stretch right now with 8 laps to go, it has really been the 87 of Michael's show here tonight as we dig down in.
Man, Scruggs really gained some time on him there, coming down the front stretch into 1 and 2, and he's just going to get, I think, a little bit better. Yeah, gets a good run here off of 2. He might be able to dive down to the inside and try to overtake him here heading into 3 and 4.
Look now, as we dig down into corner number 3, we're riding a long board with Dustin Scruggs in that 11 Toyota machine. We'll see if he wants to make a move. We saw him make a move to the inside just a few laps ago. Lost a lot of speed with that move there, Tim. So we're going to cross this line now with 7 laps to go. He really has to make sure it is the perfect opportunity to strike there. If not, it might cost him the race win. Might come home second, but the way he has raced here all night, battling back there after losing some positions on the track, he really wants to come home with a race victory here at the Auto Club.
Man, I don't know if he's going to be able to have what it takes to get around this 87. I mean, the 87 just keeps hitting his marks the way he needs to. And now Richards and Newbert are falling off a lot. Let's take a quick look back there. They've got a battle of their own for 3rd and 4th.
There's still a lot to race for there outside of the top 2. But right now we're keeping an eye out on this battle right now as the 87 is going to lead them down in the corner number 1. Looks like the 11 has a lot of momentum right there, Tim. Looks like he has pressed that thing to the floor. He says, okay, we're at 6 laps to go. It's now make those money moves. Shout out to Cardi B there. As you see, he's going to try to make a move. The 87 feels it. Going to slide to the top side to block him going down into corner number 3.
6 laps to go. Rhett Tucker back down pit road in 11th place right now. He was up here battling for the win, doing a great job all night tonight, going from the back to the front to see how that car handled. And now that 87's put some distance between him and that number 11.
Right now as they dig down into 1, as you said, he's starting to separate just a little bit. As you see, the 87 is going to dig down into corner number 1. The 11 still right there, not totally at just yet, coming off of 2 down the backstretch. The 11 is going to try to ride that middle lane there with a little bit more speed. Just not going to be enough to catch the draft of that 87, as the 87 is going to lead down the backstretch. You see those lights hitting that beautiful race car, heading down into corner number 3. It's still the 87 with Michael lead the way here as they're coming around 4 to that front stretch, to that start-finish line here. We're going to have 4 laps to go here.
And don't look back. There's a battle back here for 3rd and 4th, like we said. This is still for a podium. This is still to be interviewed and gain some more points to stay within the striking distance of these leaders throughout the season. Newbert goes around Richards, having a great race tonight. They're both falling back about 2 seconds off of the leaders as these two now have distanced themselves, and now Scruggs is about a half a second off of the leader of Michael.
Down the backstretch now, down into corner number 3. The 11 is just starting to lose pace just a little bit on that 87 as we're going to come around the corner there. 2-4 on the outskirts of 4 right now. Heading down the front stretch and throw up those 3s. Rest in peace to Dale Earnhardt, because we have 3 laps to go here at the Auto Club as the 87, as Michael has put on an iRacing clinic here tonight. Lost his lead for about 8 or 9 laps there during those green flag runs. Wasted no time there. Dustin Scruggs held the lead for about, but the 87 overtook him once again. And ever since that time there, Tim, he started on the pole position. He is number 1 on the track, number 1 in your programs, and it looks like he might finish number 1 here at the Auto Club.
Yeah, and you know, just like this, looks like our front 3 actually, Michael, Scruggs, Newbert, all are in the spots that they qualified in. So I'd say that these guys really know this track in and out, especially Michael. He talked about it. 2 laps to go here at the Auto Club 100 right here on 10-4 Broadcasting. Obviously want to thank all of you for joining us here tonight, watching, riding along with us. Next week, you know, I somewhere, I believe, nope, I did not write down where we go next week. I'm going to work on that.
As the 87 is going to take them down into corner number 3. Shout out to the 37 of Meza. Looks like he's going to hold on to a top 5 finish there. Been pretty consistent the first 2 races of the season, but Mr. Consistency on the Auto Club Speedway has been the 87 of Michael, as he's going to take the white flag here in the Auto Club 100 in the NASRA Week 2 race here live on 10-4 Broadcasting, as the lead is going to take them down into corner number 1. This is about a victory. 87, your last chance to get pictures of the 87 as he's coming around the Auto Club Speedway. Last pictures in, throw your hats up, give him a nice salute as he's going to run around the track here. Essentially, what is his victory lap here, Tim, as he's going to dig down into corner number 3. The 87 of Michael has put on quite a show here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. He has led virtually the entire race as we come around the last corner here at the Auto Club. And the 87 of Michael, in an impressive fashion, is going to win week number 2 here in NASRA, taking home the victory at the Auto Club.
Man, what a great show for him tonight. Justin Michael able to capitalize and close out this win right here. Michael comes home in first, Scruggs in second, Newbert in third, Richards in fourth, as the fireworks fly off the back. I'm pretty sure they're not supposed to be doing any fireworks in California right now. But Richards in fourth, great run by Richards, Will. Had a great car tonight in that number 48. Meza comes home in fifth, Hess in sixth, Davis, our Daytona winner, in seventh, Abbott in eighth, Smith in ninth, Haney in 10th. Tucker coming home in 11th. Lumpkin in 12th. Lumpkin had a great car tonight. Tucker had a great car tonight. Morris in 13th. The other Haney in 14th. And that's going to round it out here for Chicago. Or, gosh, if I don't stop saying Chicago.
As we take a look at Justin Michael burning it down in that Toyota, burning it down here at the Auto Club. What an impressive win it has been for that 87 as we take an opportunity to watch him burn down those nice, beautiful Goodyears there at the start-finish line. And boy, did he earn it here tonight, Tim. Virtually leading every single lap of this race here tonight, starting from the pole position. Knew this was his favorite and raced it as such.
Yeah, did a great job. I mean, look at it. Look at it. This might be the best burnout I have seen in a long time. He's over here Kevin Harvicking that thing.
You gotta regulate, as Warren G once said, a West Coast legend there. Here in California, the 87 of Justin Michael just burned that thing down from the start finish line down to about halfway down the front stretch there, Tim. I don't know what was more impressive, his racing here tonight or that burnout here at the front stretch.
That burnout, I think we got to put that down in a special place on the Facebook page because that was quite the burnout. And now I'm going to ask you, Will, before we talk to these guys, what uh, were your expectations met tonight here at Auto Club or exceeded? Or tell me how you felt about the race.
Yeah, Tim, I love tonight's action here. Even though the 87 really dominated, he kind of had to work for it a little bit. You saw him battle Dustin Scruggs there in the second position. We had green flag pit stops that took place as well. So a lot of strategies came into play. Those last 60 laps were really a battle there towards the end as well. A lot of different things of knowing when to pit, who to pit with. No cautions on the racetrack here tonight, Tim. So that's a surprising aspect of tonight's race. But really, it was a battle for every single position on the track. Really didn't have a lot of single file racing, and even when the leader did separate, it wasn't by much there. But man, what a race it was for that 87 of Michael here tonight. But I believe you were catching up with our third place finisher, Adam Newbert, who ran one heck. Oh, just didn't have enough for that 87.
Yeah, Adam, great job tonight coming home in P3. Finished where you started. That's always a great feat when you start in the top five. Um,
Yeah.
I lost my train of thought. I'm so sorry, Adam. Is there anything you think that could have went differently for you here tonight to possibly get around these two? Because there was a couple of times, I think it was during stage two, you're able to get around that second place car and really put the pressure on Michael. Kind of take me through your night and how anything could have gone different.
Yeah, we had a couple great stages there. We were really good on the long run. I wish that I would not have burnt up my stuff so early in that last run. I was like, we were running them down after the pit stop, and I was like, man, I'm catching these guys. I really need to back off because I'm running them down pretty quick. But I didn't feel like I was burning up my tires, but we kind of got a little hot on the tires, so I had to back off. And then by the time I was able to, get them cool, get the tires cooled back down and make another run, got back around Robbie, and then maybe started to kind of catch those two there at the end. Definitely was catching Dustin, but I think Justin Michael was just gone. So we just need. I just wish I wouldn't have burned it up. So the tires up so quick right there at the beginning of that last run.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of looks like a couple of drivers had some issues down pit road, possibly there. You had Lumpkin that was battling there with you for a long time. Rhett Tucker, both of those guys ended up having issues down pit road, and unfortunately ended their nights. So, I mean, it could have been about a five-car battle there at the end. But great job coming in third. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I'll give a shout out to Justin Lumpkin. He's my teammate. He actually got caught speeding right there at the end, so that
That's
was
what it
very
was. Okay.
unfortunate. Yeah, so that was unfortunate. Him and I were working really well together. I wish he would have been up there at the end, and we could have maybe tried to work a little bit more together to get around Dustin and Justin. So, but yeah, I want to thank Sick With It Motorsports, the team. Like to thank Jeff Stickles for owning the team. I'll thank Justin for my teammate. Also like to thank VFW Post Tacoma, A's Lawn and Landscaping, Millie's Landing, all sponsors of Sick With It Motorsports. They've got a really great relationship with them over at the team. So thank you to NASRA. Thank you to you guys for doing this broadcast. Thanks to Brady for putting on this series.
Awesome. Well, again, congratulations on your podium finish here tonight, and hopefully we'll see you next week. Do you know what track it is next week? I can't find a schedule.
I'll tell you here in just 1 second. I actually have no clue.
I'm gonna ask Brady.
Oh, it is Phoenix. We're going to
Oh,
Phoenix.
okay, got it. That'll be an interesting track. You're doing a big West Coast swing. It looks like.
Yeah, it looks like it. Then we're going to Texas after that. So we have a couple good tracks for us coming up. See what we can
Nice.
make happen.
Awesome. Well, again, congratulations on your third place finish, and we'll see you next week at Phoenix.
Thank y'all, man.
And Will, that was Adam here tonight, coming home P3. It just did a great job managing the race the entire time. And I believe you've caught up with our second place finisher, Dustin.
Yes, sir. I know, Dustin, you're not going to cross the finish line first here tonight, my man, but I would say you're probably about the hardest worker on the racetrack. You swung back, and then you swung again there, caught up with the 87. Just didn't have enough for him there at the end. Of tonight's race here tonight, and how are you feeling about that second place finish?
I'm not gonna complain about second place. Not my favorite track, not my favorite cars, but we went out there and we made the best of it. Try to save tires and keep pace, and pretty happy with second place. So.
Yeah, we saw the 87 really have the speed here. We such a clean race here tonight with no cautions on the racetrack. And how are you able to work back through that grid there? Because as I mentioned, you kind of slipped just a little bit in that 11 machine, but then worked your way back up through the grid.
Yeah, I mean that was just saving tires. They were racing pretty hard there on the beginning of stage 3, and I kind of just laid back and let them do their thing and let them burn their stuff up and kept my pace and started coming back. So.
Yeah, speaking with Dustin Scruggs here, and Dustin, you're going to come home second place here tonight. But taking a look at the race results from last week, you came home fourth, so just outside of the podium there. You led the most laps at Daytona. Did you feel into tonight's race that maybe, as you just mentioned, the Auto Club wasn't your favorite track, but with the confidence you had last week, that maybe you could have gotten that race victory here tonight? That 87 of Michael kind of, kick down those laps that maybe it wasn't your race to win?
Yeah, I mean, he was going to have to make a mistake, and I didn't see him make a mistake all night. So, second place is pretty good, but I do have the points lead after last week because of my stage points, so I'm happy with that.
Yes, sir. And with a second place finish here tonight, I believe you will maintain that points lead as well. And Dustin, I know you ran really strong here tonight. Speaking with Dustin Scruggs, our second place finisher here at the Auto Club 100. Dustin, we head to Phoenix next week. I know it's kind of almost the same formation of this Auto Club Speedway here tonight. How confident are you heading into that race? You can keep that top 5 finish streak going here into.
Honestly, man, if it was trucks, I'd feel pretty dang confident. But it's Xfinity cars, so we're gonna see if we can keep it, the front end pointing forward, and yeah, top five would be good, and we'll see what we got.
Yeah, man. And coming home second place here tonight. I just wanted to ask you real quick before you give you that opportunity to shout out, all those folks watching at home and the sponsors on the side of that race car. What do you think made that 87 so fast here tonight? Because as I mentioned, you ran one heck of a race yourself. You maintained, I'd say, about a top five position. You slipped just a little bit your way back up there and then maintained throughout the last 60 laps or so. What do you think it is that made that 87 so fast around Auto Club here tonight?
And if I knew what it was, I would just do that. No, he's a hell of a racer, so I haven't seen him have a bad day yet. So we'll see if I can step up the game and give him a little bit more competition next week. So
Awesome, man. And with that second place finish here at the Auto Club, we love to give you drivers the opportunity to shout out anybody that you might have had watching at home, where they can find you on social media or any sponsors you have outside of that race car.
yeah, absolutely, you got to say hi to my wife Mary and her son Liam, and primarypowersports.com. That's the best place to go shopping for off-road vehicles. So check it out when you get a chance.
Awesome, Dustin. Well, congratulations on the second place finish here tonight, my man. One heck of a race. You put in everything that you could. You gave it all the effort you could here. Enough to put the 11 machine in victory lane. We cannot wait to see what you have in store for us next week here in NASRA when we hit Phoenix. And have a great rest of your night, man. And once again, congratulations.
Thank you. Have a good night.
And that was Dustin Scruggs there, Tim, coming home second place here. Ran one effort he could, basically beat that race car to death here, especially in that second run. Just wasn't enough to catch up with our race winner here, Tim. And I believe you were down in victory lane. The smoke is heavy as we're at the Auto Club Speedway, but I believe you were down there in that cloud catching up with our race winner.
Listen, it's the cloud of rubber that he laid on the track. What a great finish there, Michael. Being able to bring it home. Great points night for you tonight. Able to win stage one, win stage two, lead a crap ton of laps, and be able to pull off and win this one. Kind of take me through that final stage with in your eyes, because we talked to you after stage two, and I mean, just you were just untouchable tonight, if you ask me.
Can you hear me okay, first of all?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I'm standing up. My on gridding, my chair broke, so I had to support myself with my legs the entire race. I'm kind of sore, so I stand up to stretch.
Oh
But
man.
um, but yeah, that last half we got a really good pit stop, so we just kind of let them catch us. You know, let them burn their stuff up while we were saving. So that way, just in case it was a late race yellow, we'd be okay and have better tires than them. So it just worked out, in our benefit the entire run.
That's awesome. Well, also there it looked like a couple drivers that were challenging you actually had some troubles on pit road, so that worked into your advantage. Scruggs was putting up a heck of a battle there with you until about three to go, and like you said, you just let him wear off his stuff, and you were able to pull away, and you almost finished almost a whole second ahead of him there at the checkered flag.
Yeah, he was just trying some stuff, just trying to get a better line. I mean, I understand. I would have did the same thing, but it was just draft lock, so you couldn't really break away. So since he came out of the pits relatively close to me, I knew he wasn't going to fall back for that far. So, um, but yeah, just the way the draft works, you just can't break away from anybody.
Well, you said that this was one of your favorite tracks. You're able to pull off a win victory here. Um, Next week is Phoenix. How you feel about that track?
I like Phoenix. It's a good track. We usually run pretty good there. We need some more good points since we didn't race last week, so had to make up some. And hopefully, all the stage points helps this week, and then next week it'll help too.
Oh,
So hopefully
hey,
we get the
I'm telling you, I bet it does. That's because looking at if we compare it to last week, Scruggs had 16 bonus points, finished fourth, and still came out on top in the points. So it's going to help you significantly heading into Phoenix, and then I believe Texas after that. But again, congratulations on your win here tonight at the Auto Club. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
John out there for putting on the sponsor in the league. It looks like I didn't even know that until I just saw it here. So thanks to him for doing that. And Scott for painting my car. I know John doesn't paint it anymore, but always give props to him. And Brady for putting on this league, puts on a good show, and you guys call a great race.
Really appreciate that. Uh, Good luck next week at Phoenix. I'm sure we'll talk to you again next week if it's anything like tonight. And again, congratulations on your win, and we'll see you at Phoenix.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Will, that was Justin Michael, our winner here tonight at the Auto Club 100, uh, brought to you by NASRA, the National Association. I think I just messed that all up.
I got you, Tim. The North American Sim Racing Association,
Yes,
NASRA.
and that's what I was trying to find. Did you say there was a sponsor that I did not see? Over the top designs? I'll have to look into that. I tried to understand what he said, but I think I misunderstood. But
Yeah,
sorry, go ahead.
no, Tim. I was just gonna go about how this race was here tonight, Tim. We saw in race number one, as we spoke to Dustin Scruggs, second position here in that 11 machine. He led the most laps. He finished fourth in that race. But tonight it was anything but a who's who or who's gonna win here, as that 87 took the pole position and basically just had that car on rails around Auto Club here tonight. Never really made any mistakes. Never really got loose at all. Never really brushed the wall.
Yep.
Had to battle just a little bit with Scruggs in that 11, but really just dominated here those 100 laps here.
Yeah, and I wish one thing that my live timing would give me was how many laps people were leading because I'm telling you, I guarantee you, he probably led close to, I'd say, 80 of those 100 laps, maybe 75, but it was a good portion here tonight. I know he led every lap in the first and second stage. That was 40 there alone. Great job by all the guys tonight. No cautions. Love seeing that because that just shows you how great these drivers are, and that's also a product of not having uh, fast repairs. You've got to take care of your stuff. You've got to be uh, courteous and respectful of everybody around you. So it brings the level of racing and competition to another level that uh, we've we've not seen. Well, let me rephrase that. We've seen a lot of competition on 10-4 broadcasting, but when you don't have uh, fast repairs, the competition just goes to another level, if that makes sense.
No, it definitely makes sense there, Tim. And what a race it was here tonight. And just looking at that grid, one name that pops out to me, we're talking about how the competition here is in NASRA. One driver that just did a 360, looking at last week's results was Adam Newbert in that four. I didn't realize that last week he finished three laps down in the 14th position. And today he flips that sideways, was battling for the lead most of the race here tonight. Comes home with a third place finish. So if this is only week two of this season here, Tim, week one was kind of like the week to get, the jitters out, the nervousness out, get your race car out there, get a feel of the other competition. But now, as we're starting to get into week two, week three, week four, we're really going to start to see some names rise up. And I'm really impressed, with Adam Newbert in that four machine. Looking at Dustin Scruggs in the 11, their big name there. Richards as well in that 48 has really done a great job as well. I believe that 48 of Richards, this was his tonight because I don't see him on the official results of last week's race. So what
Yeah.
a debut it was for that 48 machine. And look at Meza with that top five as well. So a lot out for as the season ticks down.
Yeah, and I can't wait to see what the rest of the season holds. Next week, we will be back here live on 10-4 Broadcasting. You can catch us on Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube. And we'll make sure that next week on the screen, I'll have all of that available for you so you can see it, where to find us and how to find us. But from all of us here at 10-4 Broadcasting, I want to thank NASRA for bringing us on board. Another great race here at the Auto Club. We started in the light, ended in the dark, and we couldn't have asked for a better race here tonight at the Auto Club. But from all of us here at 10-4 Broadcasting, I want to say thank you, and we will see you